So let's talk about the Steam Machine, because I had to ignore all the initial hype surrounding this thing, all the negativity, and experience this thing for myself. Because like a lot of people, when the price was announced, I kind of completely jumped off board on the total idea of the Steam Machine. It's underpowered, it's gonna underperform, and I have this beefy PC that does more than I need it to and provides me such a luxury gaming experience. But I feel like all the negativity surrounding the Steam Machine kind of just lives with us here on the internet. So my curiosity towards the Steam Machine never really left me. I approached this purchase with super low expectations and the intent on just returning or selling it if I didn't like it. Another thing to know is if you've been around this channel for the past few months, you also know that handhelds are my go-to right now. The Steam Deck, the ROG Ally X, and the Switch are my daily drivers. I work at a desk all day, and when I'm home, I prefer to relax on the couch or in bed and just play games. I'll also play at my desk, but only for about an hour at a time. I'll also note that I didn't build my PC. I had somebody else build it for me, but I don't really enjoy the narrative of build your own PC as the alternative to the Steam Machine, because I'm kind of approaching this purchase and just this hobby in general as a more casual, laid-back gamer that doesn't have the time to want to dive into just all the minutia of building your own custom PC. So I'll say this when it comes to should you buy the Steam Machine. If you want power and performance and the highest fidelity, the Steam Machine, of course, is not for you. On the contrary to that, I will say that if you want convenience with compromise that is completely defined by you and your needs, then the Steam Machine is likely 100% for you. And also, before I get deeper into this video, consider subscribing. All right, so real quick, let's talk about the price, because that's something we can't just like rub off of the shoulder, you know? If Valve was able to release this thing in that $600 to $700 or whatever dollar range, this thing would kill, it would slaughter, and 100% just be worth it kind of no matter what. But unfortunately, we're all victims to just the current state of society and all of our worst enemy AI. So, you know, everything's just gonna go up. And unfortunately for us, that kind of means if you want any console across the board right now, it's like buy it right now, because the prices are unfortunately only gonna go up. And I also really just don't care about the narrative of pinning the Steam Machine against the PS5 in terms of just its base performance, because when you put the two side by side, you're getting about 10 million times more better value out of the Steam Machine than you are with the PS5. So for me, it just doesn't make sense to debate, should I get a PS5 or a Steam Machine? Do you want a system that's kind of proprietary and things only work there? Or do you want a system that you can play with and have the entire library of gaming history at your disposal that you can now plug up to your TV pretty seamlessly? And also, if you're just curious to the why of the Steam Machine and why it was made and why it exists, I highly recommend you check out Jason Schreier's video on the Steam Machine. I'll link it down in the description below. It's a really good video that kind of just breaks down everything about how and why the Steam Machine was made. Real quick, before I talk about my initial impressions of the Steam Machine, I want to talk about this portable monitor from Arzopa. This thing is actually perfect for someone like me, since I travel a lot for work and I'm always carrying around my laptop and something like one of my gaming handhelds. What's really neat is how light and portable this monitor is. It comes with a protective sleeve, so it's easy to carry around and just slide into your bag. Connecting it to my laptop is simple because it just takes a single full function cable and it turns on instantly. When it comes to gaming, the 180 Hz refresh rate is really nice because you get this buttery smooth 1440p gameplay when you plug in a handheld like the ROG Ally. The monitor connects easily with the ROG with a single full function Type-C cable for a true plug and play experience. And for devices that don't support that type of connection, like the Switch 2 for example, you can set it up through HDMI for the signal plus an additional power cable. So being able to set up a quick gaming display without a bunch of cumbersome peripherals has been really nice. So if you've been looking for a portable monitor, definitely check out the Arzopa Z3FC. I'll have a link down in the description, and thanks to Arzopa for sponsoring this video. All right, so let's talk about my initial experience with the Steam Machine and my first weekend just playing on it. I absolutely love and adore this thing, guys. It was so hard to just even make this video because I was just having so much fun. Because I have the Steam Deck, it was really easy to just pop the SD card out of that, put it into the Steam Machine, and my games populate. Logging in and doing all the initial setup was pretty quick and seamless, and updating the Steam Machine also is a very quick and seamless process. Of course, when you use like a Windows machine, you have just all that bloatware and all those updates and drivers and things you have to handle. Not having to deal with that and just being able to like plug a PC console into a TV and it just boot up and you're honestly playing a game within 30 minutes, probably a lot less than that, is just truly impressive. Now, of course, when it came to like launching and playing a few games, it is a PC at the end of the day, so you are just going to run into those PC hurdles here and there, meaning I had to plug up a mouse and keyboard just to like click and log into or just launch a launcher or something like that, specifically with like Rockstar and Red Dead 2 on that initial launch. But once I was past that, you kind of just unplug that stuff, throw it to the side, and you're off to the races. The Steam Machine really fits into just my gaming ecosystem really well. For so long, I've been gaming here at my desk on my PC or just on my handhelds, and being able to just sit back and play something on a larger TV, because I would also play my PlayStation just here on this setup as well. Sit back on a couch and relax, or just lounge back in a chair or whatever, just feels so much better than sitting at a desk, especially when you sit at a desk all day. And again, this isn't some like revolutionary new experience. This is something that could have been doing this entire time. It's just that you're bringing your Steam library into your living room, onto your big screen, wherever that may be. And honestly, it kind of feels like a Nintendo Switch in a way, where you have the docked experience and then you have the mobile experience.
Time to go mobile.
I want to talk about 1440p gaming with the Steam Machine on a 55-inch OLED screen, because it's a lot better than the drama surrounding it makes it out to be. We're honestly like really spoiled with this 4K craze, and this is coming from somebody who's a filmmaker that loves and adores watching things in the highest quality. I'm not playing every single new game, and I don't plan to. I play the things I like, and they work and look and play very well on the machine. 30 FPS is noticeable when you come from a baseline of 60 and up, sure, but 40 to 45 frames per second average has always felt like a really good sweet spot to me. But that's where upscalers like FSR come in. FSR isn't something I've messed with too much before the Steam Machine, if I'm being completely honest, but I've been tinkering with it on a per game basis to hit that 60 FPS as my baseline. And it depends on the game you're playing, and it doesn't make the Steam Machine kind of like a make or break experience. So from what I've played on my Steam library using FSR, it's been pretty good so far, 60 frames per second, pretty much across the board. When it comes to the Steam controller, I've actually had the Steam controller for a while now, but I never used it heavily or felt its value until I got the Steam Machine. I love this thing, and the battery is ridiculous considering how much I've been playing without charging it. I've been playing for like a week straight and have yet to charge this controller once. It connects to the Steam Machine without the puck, which is really nice. The Steam Machine essentially just has a built-in receiver or puck, I guess, in it for the controller. But I did end up ordering that mechanism stand because I own way too many controllers now and need some type of better way of storing my controllers. And last note on controllers, it's actually incredibly easy to connect all of my different controllers to the Steam Machine, from my PS5 to my Xbox to my Nintendo Switch to my 8-bit do. It's a press of a button pretty much, and it connects, so I don't have all the Bluetooth connectivity issues that I usually get with my PC on the Steam Machine, and that honestly just makes such a beautiful world of a difference to me.
Get out of here! Hey, robot, how about you taste my theory? What?
Fight completed.
I'm going to get you ready. I'm getting you ready.
Lastly, and probably the number one thing that really makes me love the Steam Machine so much, is the customization. Again, this isn't something new, but installing Decky and then further customizing the look of the interface really makes this console feel like mine. It screams, I own this. I own the way it looks, and I own this game library. Customizing the home screen reminds me of the old days of the PS3 and having custom themes. I really miss that in modern consoles. I don't want my thing to look like everyone else's thing. And it's just further emphasis on ownership. I own this console, I own these games, I own this library, I own this experience. And that's what makes PC gaming feel special and exciting.